Thanks and gratitude for all the followers and promoters. Today, let's hear about The Fallen Turtle, The Price of Loose Talk. Introduction. Why words matter. Words are powerful. They can build trust, inspire teams, and strengthen relationships. But they can also destroy reputations, break friendships, and ruin careers when spoken without thought. One such story from the ancient wisdom Panchatantra is that of the turtle and the two swans, where the turtle's inability to control its tongue leads to a tragic downfall. Let us revisit this tale, unpack its meaning, and explore what it teaches us about the importance of restraint, discretion, and wisdom in both corporate and personal life. The story retold. In a quiet lake lived a turtle named Kambugriva. It had two loyal friends, graceful swans who often visited the lakeside. The three spent long hours chatting, laughing, and enjoying each other's company. One year, a severe drought struck. The once sparkling lake began to dry up. The water level fell dangerously low. Concerned, the swans warned their friend, Kambugriva, this lake will not sustain you. Soon it will dry completely. Staying here means certain death. The turtle realized the seriousness of the situation and replied, You are right, dear friends. I cannot survive here much longer. Please search for another lake filled with water. Once you find one, bring a strong stick. I will hold the stick tightly in my mouth while you carry it by holding the ends. Together you can fly me to safety. The swans agreed, and after a long search, found a nearby lake brimming with water. They returned with a sturdy stick and shared the plan with the turtle. Everything will work, they said. But remember one thing. Once you hold the stick in your mouth, do not open it. No matter what happens, no matter what you hear, stay silent. If you open your mouth, you will fall. The turtle promised, I understand, I will remain silent. And so the swans lifted the stick, the turtle clamped on tightly, and the trio rose into the sky. It was an extraordinary sight, a turtle flying through the air. Below, villagers looked up in astonishment. They cheered, clapped, and shouted in amazement. Look, two swans are carrying a turtle with a stick. What a sight! The turtle, unable to resist, opened its mouth to ask, What's all the noise about? The moment it spoke, it lost its grip and came crashing down. Tragically, the villagers caught the fallen turtle and cooked it for their feast. Moral: uncontrolled speech leads to ruin. Restraint and listening to wise advice are essential for survival. Lessons for corporate life. The turtle story may seem distant from office life, but its lessons echo in every organization. 1. Value good advice. The swans gave the turtle sound advice. Stay silent. In corporate settings, mentors, seniors, and colleagues often share valuable guidance. Ignoring it can lead to preventable mistakes. Example: startups sometimes fail because founders ignore the advice of seasoned advisors, convinced they know better. Takeaway: listening does not weaken you, it strengthens your chances of survival. 2. Loose talk can be costly. The turtle fell because it could not resist speaking. Similarly, in workplaces, unguarded remarks, gossip, or careless words can derail careers. Example: employees who leak confidential information, even unintentionally in casual conversations, risk both their jobs and their organization's reputation. Takeaway: discretion is as important as talent. 3. Speaking to superiors. Just as the turtle forgot the consequences of speaking, many professionals forget the importance of measured words before their bosses. Sometimes one impulsive remark can undo years of hard work. Takeaway: pause before speaking. Consider the impact of your words on those above you. 4. Timing matters. Had the turtle waited until reaching the new lake, it could have spoken freely. But impatience cost its life. Similarly, in business, premature announcements, hasty emails, or early criticism can backfire. Example: companies that prematurely announce products before readiness often face embarrassment when they cannot deliver. Takeaway: silence at the right time is more powerful than speech at the wrong time. Personal anecdote. Anecdote saved by silence. On an occasion, during tense client negotiations, my instinct was to argue when the client misrepresented facts, but a mentor whispered, Hold back. I did. The silence unnerved the client, who eventually corrected himself. That restraint not only saved the deal, but also earned me respect. Sometimes silence is more persuasive than speech. Reflections. The story of the turtle is ultimately about discipline of the tongue, of the ego, and of impulses. Discipline of the tongue, speaking only when necessary. Discipline of the ego, resisting the urge to defend oneself unnecessarily. Discipline of impulses, thinking before acting. In a world driven by constant communication, emails, texts, social media, this lesson is even more critical. Once spoken or written, words cannot be taken back. Key takeaways. Listen to good advice. Wisdom ignored often leads to downfall. Guard your tongue. Loose talk is dangerous in workplaces. Think before speaking. Not every thought deserves a voice. Respect timing. Patience often brings better outcomes than haste. Silence is strength. Sometimes saying nothing is the most powerful choice. Reflection. Questions. Have you ever suffered consequences because of something you said without thinking? What did you learn? Who are the swans in your life whose advice you should listen to more often? In your workplace, are you careful about confidentiality and discretion? How do you balance honesty with tact when speaking to superiors? Can you think of a situation where silence achieved more than words? Closing thought. The turtle's tragedy was not due to external enemies, but to its own lack of restraint. In today's offices, many careers fall not because of lack of skill, but because of uncontrolled words. So remember, whether in corporate life or personal life, control of the tongue is control of destiny. Speak wisely, listen deeply, and stay silent when needed, lest you too fall like the turtle, undone not by others, but by your own words. See you soon. Ravishankar Avadhanam.